Minato Namikaze was one of the greatest prodigies that Konoha has ever had, one of those that appear one in each generation. He was trained by Jiraya, who believed that he was the boy of the prophecy, the one who would save the world. Minato was a very good and honorable person. With his skills he was widely known throughout the shinobi world as the Yellow Lightning of Konoha or Yellow Flash of Konoha, causing fear in ninjas of all villages, to the point that the leaders of other villages instructed their shinobi to flee if they met Minato. Such fame and skills made him become Hokage of the Leaf Village, being the youngest Hokage ever in office. Minato and Kushina were in love, so they married and had a son, but this birth was somewhat turbulent, leading to the couple's death and leaving the hope of the ninja world in their son, thus dying as heroes. In the Fourth Great Ninja War he had a great participation in several events. Without a doubt Minato's story is one of the most important in Naruto, so in this video we will know his complete story. And guys, an interesting curiosity about Minato is that he was known as Flash Yellow precisely because of his high speed in liking the videos of the channel. For this joke you did not expect, right? So leave the like to encourage me to bring more videos like this. Enjoy and subscribe and activate the notifications to not lose when more stories of characters. Let's go to the story. Minato Namikaze was a very calm and serene young man, not shown to be arrogant or even angry about things. He entered the ninja academy with the dream of gaining respect and becoming Hokage of the village. Minato at a very young age showed himself to be a prodigy as a ninja, the kind that comes along only once in a generation. When Kushina Uzumaki moved to Konoha, she was placed in the same class as Minato. He was immediately attracted to Kushina's bright red hair. Minato was then placed to a genin team under the leadership of Jiraya, and Jiraya took a special interest in Minato and accepted him as his apprentice, teaching him many of his own skills. Over time, Minato's exceptional abilities led Jiraya to believe that he might be the boy of prophecy, someone who would someday save the world. Years later, Kushina was kidnapped by the Cloud Village forces. Konoha mobilized its ninja to recover her, but only Minato noticed the strands of red hair that Kushina left behind to mark the path. Minato then acted alone and managed to defeat the ninjas who kidnapped Kushina, so he picks her up in his lap and saves her. At that moment Minato confesses his admiration for Kushina's hair and strength, thus causing Kushina, who previously believed Minato to be unreliable and strange, to fall in love with him. With this the couple Minato and Kushina bond and the romance begins. As time went by they grew up and accomplished many missions. Minato gained respect for the village and recognition in the ninja world. With this he earned the nickname of the Yellow Flash of Konoha. His fame was so great that his enemies were instructed by the commanders to flee if they saw Minato. Well, Minato and Kushina were a couple from the moment Minato rescued Kushina, and with their love, Kushina was able to keep Kyuubi sealed inside her. After some time, the two ended up getting married, and this marriage seemed like it would never go wrong, as the couple were companions and happy with each other. Minato, upon observing Abijadama, started a 3-year process of creating the Rasengan. When he succeeded, he discovered a very powerful jutsu, so he tried to perfect it by combining his own chakra nature, but he spent the rest of his life in this attempt. After proving himself to be an accomplished and responsible ninja, Minato was put in charge of his own team, consisting of Rin Noara, Obito Uchiha, and Kakashi Hatake. In the anime, the third Hokage gave Minato the special task of helping Kakashi overcome the bitterness caused by his father's death and reminding him of what it is to be a ninja. Minato gave his team a bell test after their training in order to teach them the value of teamwork. Despite working as a team, Minato's message did not reach Kakashi deeply, where Rin and Obito took the teaching more seriously. When Konoha became involved in the Third Shinobi War, Minato was torn between training his students and helping in the war efforts. During a mission to destroy the Kyuubi Bridge, Minato transferred leadership of the mission to Kakashi, who had recently become a Jonin, so Minato would go to the front lines. Then Minato met with the survivors, then single-handedly eliminated the Stone Village forces. In the anime, this Minato victory caused an attack by 1,000 ninjas to be stopped and convinced the Third Hokage to accept the peace treaty. When Minato met up with his team afterwards, he found Kakashi and Rin surrounded by stone ninjas and Obito had already been crushed. So he rescued his students, helped them complete their original mission, then once they recovered they returned to Konoha without a companion, Obito. Minato's duties later repeated themselves and led to the death of yet another member of his team, Rin, where she was kidnapped by Kirigakure ninjas and died sacrificing herself so that the three tails would not be unleashed on the village. Minato met A from Kyuubi several times during the war. During their first meeting, Minato and A fought with their speeds, with Minato proving to be the faster than A, even managing to threaten to kill Killer Bee. Minato was confident that he and A would meet in the future as Kage. A while later, Minato was chosen to become the fourth Hokage in place of Orochimaru. This was because of his incredible performance in the war, thus becoming the fourth Hokage of Konoha. During the gradual transfer of responsibilities from the third Hokage to him, the third Hokage advised Minato to restore the value of Kakashi's life, instructing him to protect Kushina during her pregnancy. So Minato and Kushina prepare to deliver Naruto, and as Jinchuriki, the strain of childbirth would weaken the seal that kept Kyuubi sealed on Kushina. And so special precautions needed to be taken, so the birth took place secretly in a remote location, away from the village and with barriers around the area, and still with Umbu as guards. Minato was not too worried about the birth, he believed that everything would be fine, even more so with so many precautions, so he gave Kakashi the day off in thanks for his good work. He and Kushina had already decided on a name for their son, and they chose Naruto, after the main character in Jiraya's first book, so hoping that their Naruto would be as determined as the character and the author. Jiraya tried to convince them to make a different choice, since that would make him Naruto's godfather, but they insisted that this was a good thing. So the birth happened and Naruto was born on the night of October 10th. Then a few moments after the birth, Minato started making preparations to restore the weakened Kyuubi seal, but was interrupted by the arrival of a masked man. And this masked man killed the Umbu guards and midwives and took the newborn Naruto hostage, threatened to kill the baby if Minato didn't stay away from Kushina. Minato immediately took Naruto back from him, but found that explosive papers were planted on Naruto, so Minato was forced to teleport to keep Naruto away from danger, but allowing the masked man to escape with Kushina. He found a safe place for Naruto and teleported to Kushina in time to save her from being killed by the Kyuubi that was extracted from her body by the masked man. Then he left Naruto with Kushina and left to protect the village. Minato returned to the village, arriving in time to teleport a Bijudama before it destroyed the Hokage monument. The masked man appears behind Minato, but he manages to escape. But the masked man chases after him and the two start a fight, where the two go into a head-to-head clash. Minato throws a kunai that goes right through the masked man's head, but doesn't make a scratch. But when the masked man was counting the advantage in the fight, Minato teleports to the kunai and hits a Rasengan straight on. One of the most epic and exciting Rasengan in Naruto. The masked man takes distance, but before he could react, Minato, who had placed a seal when he hit the Rasengan, then he teleports and does a contract seal which releases the nine-tailed fox that was under the masked man's control. After that, Minato goes to the place where the Kyuubi was. He arrives attacking the Bijou, letting the Gamabunta fall on top of the Kyuubi. Then he teleports the fox to where Naruto and Kushina was. Then Kushina offers to seal the Kyuubi so the fox would die with her. However, Minato says that the power of the Bijou would be needed if the masked man attacks again. Then, remembering Jiraya's words about the boy of prophecy, Minato decided to believe that Naruto was that child and that one day he would save the world. To prepare Naruto for this, Minato would make Naruto a Jinchuriki so that he could make use of this power. So Kushina releases chains and traps the Kyuubi, and since the Bijou's chakra was too big to seal into a child, Minato uses Dead Demon Consuming Seal and seals half of the fox into himself. Upon realizing Minato's plans to seal the other half on Naruto, Kyuubi tries to kill Naruto. However, Kushina and Minato step in front and make themselves as a shield. However, they are impaled by the nine-tailed fox's giant nail. Then with his last strength, Minato summons a frog and gives the key to the seal to Jiraya. Before dying, Kushina tells the newborn Naruto how much his parents loved him. Then after a sad goodbye, Minato seals the nine-tailed fox on his own son, and together seals Kushina's chakra so that someday she would help Naruto learn to control this power. He also seals his own chakra and programs it to be activated in case the seal was about to break. Seeing the third Hokage near, Minato makes a final request that the residents of Konoha think of Naruto as a hero and not the recipient of the monster that caused so much death and destruction. After this, his soul was consumed by the Shinigami, thus the yellow lightning of Konoha dies along with his wife, but as a hero who saved the village from being completely destroyed. During Naruto's fight with Pain, Naruto is almost consumed by Kyuubi's power and was about to remove the seal. But then this activates the protection that Minato put on the seal, causing his mark to appear inside Naruto's subconscious and stop him. Minato says that he is not happy to see the nine-tailed one again, but at the same time admits that his actions allowed him to see his son. Naruto is angry that his own father would seal the Kyuubi inside him and punches Minato in frustration, but Minato understands his son's frustration and apologizes to Naruto. Naruto then understands the situation, but Minato's time with Naruto was limited, so he makes a quick list of the things he has already observed through Naruto. Naruto was unsure if he could forgive Pain or do anything to stop the cycle of hate that produced it, but Minato replies that he has faith in Naruto. So Minato restores the Kyuubi seal before disappearing. In the Fourth Great Ninja War, at Sasuke Uchiha's request, Orochimaru releases the souls of the Hokage from the Shinigami's stomach and then reincarnates them with Edo Tensei. While Sasuke is talking to the first Hokage, Minato feels Naruto's chakra and is happy to feel that he has gained full control of Kyuubi. After Sasuke listens to the four Hokage, he decides that he will help so that the shinobi world would not be destroyed. So the Hokage leave for the battlefield. Minato, eager to see Naruto, is the first to arrive, and when he arrives help the Shinobi Alliance by teleporting a Bijudama away and saving Naruto and the Shinobi Alliance. Then Minato introduces himself. Sakura has doubts who is he, then asks Naruto if she is his girlfriend, then Naruto answers that yes, but he is headbutted by Sakura. Minato sees clear references with Kushina. Then the Hokages meet, and Tobirama says that Minato is better than him at teleporting. Then Minato uses the power of the Kyuubi and activates the Bijou Cloak, just like his son. After that, the Hokage make a barrier to contain the Jubi. Sometime later, Tobi appears above the Jubi and starts reviving Madara. Minato can't leave his position where the barrier will fall, so he sends a shadow clone to help. Only after attacking he realizes that Tobi is actually his former student, Obito Uchiha. But with all their efforts, they are unable to stop Obito, who seals the Jubi into himself, becoming Jinchuriki of the Jubi. After Obito destroys the barrier, Minato leads everyone to a safe distance. Minato then joins the offensive against Obito, however Obito manages to cut off Minato's right arm. Minato, Tobirama, Naruto and Sasuke join forces to attack Obito with combined attacks, but Obito emerges undamaged. Furthermore, Minato's arm has not regenerated, indicating that Obito's Bijudama can nullify Edo Tensei's advantages. Obito then traps the Shinobi Alliance in his own barrier and prepares to destroy them with several Bijudama. Then, with little time to act, Naruto forms a plan. He and Minato connect their respective Kurama chakra and connect to every one of the allied forces that Naruto has shared his chakra. So Minato teleports everyone out of the barrier, after which Minato is proud of his son, even shedding tears of pride. Minato and Naruto make a combined attack that breaks Obito's defense, forcing him to manifest the Divine Tree. After Obito is defeated, he is unable to move, so Kakashi prepares to kill his former friend. Minato, however, to Kakashi for sensing the change in attitude when he was removing the Kurama chakra that was on Obito. As Naruto and the allies leave to face Madara, Minato and Kakashi stay with Obito and he reflects on his actions and decides that he has done terrible things, so he decides that he will revive those he has killed. However, the Black Zetsu appears from the ground and takes control of Obito's body and he begs Minato and Kakashi to destroy the Rinnegan at any cost. Just before Minato can attack, the Kurama-in alerts him to the loss of the Kurama Yang that was in Naruto. Naruto was almost dying, so Minato starts transferring his part of the Kurama to Naruto, but the Zetsu interferes and takes that power. Madara then becomes the new Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi and goes on a drive to get Obito's Rinnegan. Minato enters Sage mode and attacks him along with Kakashi, but they are easily repelled and Minato loses his other arm. A while later, Might Guy arrives, ready to give his life to defeat Madara. With his energy and arms lost, Minato can do very little to help directly, but he can at least give Might Guy an opening, so he instructs Rock Lee to throw one of his kunai at Madara's truth-seeking ball, then Minato teleports in order to catch several and escape with them, thus allowing Might Guy to initiate his attack. Minato, in turn, teleports to the Hokage Rock, where he remains with the truth-seeking ball. Later, he witnesses the other's failure when the infinite Tsukuyomi is launched. He tries to free some people from the tree, but is unsuccessful as another branch simply forms and traps them again. Minato returns to the battlefield and reunites with the other Hokage, who are the only ones not affected by the infinite Tsukuyomi. When they go to the place from where the chakra is emerging, they find half of Madara's body, after which the Sage of the Six Paths appears to them and asks for the Hokage's help. So joining forces of the reincarnated Kage and the Hokage, they bring Team 7 and the Bijou back from Kagaya's dimension. Minato then comes face to face with his son, and as the sun begins to rise he congratulates Naruto for finally ending the war and wishes him a happy 17th birthday. Naruto is moved by the farewell. In tears he says several things to his father and tells him to tell Kushina that he is being a good boy. This is one of the most touching scenes in Naruto, the kind that makes your eyes fill with tears. Minato then observes how his son has become a good and honorable person. Then after the release of Edo Tensei he silently leaves the Pure Land. One of Konoha's greatest prodigies, a hero of war and of Konoha, he became Hokage at a very young age and came to sacrifice himself to save the village from an attack. His fame in the ninja world was to be respected, putting fear into his enemies. When reincarnated he had great participations in the war, helping the Shinobi Alliance and his son with everything he could. This was the complete story of Minato Namikaze, and if you liked it, it is very important that you like it to encourage me to bring more videos like this, because this video was a lot of work to summarize, record and edit. So subscribe and activate the notifications to not miss more character stories. On screen there are 2 videos, check them out, you will like them both. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.